Oh, ouch. Welcome to the Hidden Youth Village. Get it? It's okay, you don't have to. It's good to be back, fellow shinobis. It's time to learn more about the Bible today. Are you guys ready? I sure am. Okay, I gotta admit it. I'm not actually Naruto. I know you guys thought I was. It's just me, Joel, your favorite youth pastor. So you're probably wondering why I'm dressed up as Naruto. Well, I love Halloween. Halloween is a fun time just to dress up and pretend to be someone that you're not. Americans love Halloween. Obviously, we spend tons of money on candy and costumes and just going out and having a lot of fun. Halloween is a great time to dress up and pretend to be someone you're not, and that's fun for a night, but if you take it outside of Halloween, then it starts to get a little... In all realness, pretending to be someone you're not is an issue that a lot of people deal with. We all know somebody who pretends to be someone they're not. Some people layer it on more than others, but we all probably know that certain somebody. Whether you know somebody or it's you yourself, we all tend to pretend to be somebody that we're not. So the question that we have to ask ourselves is, what exactly am I hiding? Luckily, if we turn to the Bible, it can give us some insight onto what we can do about this. Ephesians 4:21-22 says this: "When you heard about Christ and were taught in him in accordance with the truth that is in Jesus, you were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires." So this verse hints at an old self. What is this old self? Who is this old self? In terms of Christianity, the old self is whoever you were before you met Christ. This is somebody who is covered in sin. They are defined by lies or cheating or stealing. Exactly who Christ teaches us not to be. And in regards to Jesus and his sacrifice for us, that's somebody who you are not. Somebody who you were not made to be. It's kind of like wearing a Naruto costume. Someone who you aren't.
This better?
Yes, creepy wig man. So, to put it simply, what we're really doing is we're hiding behind sin, like a mask, like a costume. And that begs the question, who am I really? I hinted at this earlier. God has made us all unique and different, but he created you to be without sin. Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created mankind in his own image." That means that he created you in his image, to be like him. Not to be godlike, but to be holy and pure, just like God is. To be that way simply means to be close to God. And I mean this quite literally. We were designed to be close with him. I'll put it like this. It's like a car trying to run without gas, or a computer trying to work without being plugged in. In the same way, humans can't function correctly if they're without God. The Bible puts it plainly in 1 John. "Whoever has the Son has life. Whoever does not have the Son of God does not have life." And listen here closely, because if you don't understand this, if you don't understand that we can't function without God, then we close ourselves with sin. And that can take the form of anger or selfishness or darkness or fear or anxiety, cheating, pride, arrogance, any of those things. It covers you and gives you a sense of protection. And if you think I'm crazy, this is not a new concept. This goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. As soon as they felt shame from their sin, they covered themselves. This is the same exact thing. So, what can we do about this? Let's continue in Ephesians and see what it says. "To be made new in the attitudes of your mind, and to put on the new self, created to be like God, in true righteousness and holiness." This verse says it right here. We're meant to be holy and righteous and true, just like God made us to be, not who the world is telling you to be. So here's what we can do. The first is choose to take off the old every day. Guys, we're coded in sin. Sometimes we step back into it. The world wants you to go down this path, but God has made you to be somebody else. We have choices in our actions, and we choose to either put on the old self or put on the new self, which leads me to my second point. Choose to be covered in Christ instead of covered in sin. Jesus has given us the freedom to choose between Him and sin. We have to be very careful with what exactly we choose to do, because we have a lot of choices. But when you make those choices, remember that sin is not who you are. It's not who you were created to be. Ask yourself, what would Jesus do? And follow that path. And number 3 is this: choose to clothe yourself every day, over and over and over again, no matter how many times it takes. This is a life change, and I encourage you guys to take that step.
Joel, I did it.
Wow, Caleb, honestly, you look really good, but you're almost there. I'm going to take this crown off for you. See, God has made you a unique person with unique abilities, and according to the Bible, you are perfect just how you are. And that ends our episode on costumes. Guys, don't pretend to be someone you're not. God has made you to be someone who He created you to be. And with that, I'm out. Okay, I gotta admit it. I'm not actually Naruto. I know you guys thought I was. Yeah, I'm so funny. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween. I don't know why I do these things.